Welcome to Business Talk and time to talk retail. As we know, Game, which is currently engaged in a turnaround strategy, has recently launched a refreshed e-commerce platform supported by an investment from Massmart and a dedicated support team in Walmart's global tech hub in Bangalore in India, I believe. The website is equipped with a host of new features, functionalities, product categories, and it really is aimed at providing a more streamlined experience for the customer. It's a great pleasure to welcome Andrew Stein, who is Vice President of Game, to the show to talk about this new revamp. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Michael. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to talk to you this morning.
Now, it's an area of continual evolution, isn't it? E-commerce, it's moving so rapidly, and the retail space has evolved significantly in recent years, thanks largely to COVID. We're all very familiar with shopping online now. And I'd just like to know how Game is thinking about this and how Game has evolved accordingly to support this new way of shopping.
Yeah, so Michael, Game was actually quite late to the e-commerce space in South Africa. They only launched the first website in 2017. And so we've had to do quite a bit of catch up. And, globally, we see that the categories that are most online are the categories actually where Game has very strong market shares. So, for example, electronics, large appliances, televisions. And so it made sense for us to go big on this. So we, as you said, the Walmart IDC in Bangalore built a new website for us. It went live on 1 April, and we were, in fact, the first Massmart banner that they built this for. And it's a fundamental different offer to what Game had before. So, if any shopper goes online, you'll see it's very different. And so we were able to do a lot now that we weren't able to do before. As you said, we have new features and functionalities, such as better on-site search, our navigation's better. We now allow our customers to track our orders. We do online returns. We've also launched Click and Collect, which we call in the Walmart world pickup. We've launched it in 20 stores already. And without even communicating to our customers, it's already a significant portion of our fulfillment. We've launched liquor online, which we didn't have before. We'll be putting apparel online, because we're now into the apparel business, value apparel. So that'll be online. So we've already increased our shoppable range and just made it much easier for our customers. We're getting a lot of positive feedback on it. It's night and day. And so we're really excited to step up in this space because more competition is required in this market in South Africa.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people in South Africa were waiting for that kind of best of breed to come through, with the parent in Walmart, and very excited to see what Game was going to be doing in this space as part of that turnaround strategy. So it's very interesting to see now that you've got the chassis, potentially what might come out in the future. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. You are known for stocking one of the broadest range of products in the retail industry, to your earlier point. Have you noticed any interesting trends in recent years in terms of products increasing or decreasing in popularity? What are South Africans shopping for at the moment?
That's a really good question. There are a couple of trends, and some of them are actually fairly recent. So, the one is on the back of the higher oil prices. There's a strong demand for oil and other commodities, obviously, as a result of the war in Ukraine, because, we all know about the wheat and oil imports from those markets. And so what we've actually seen is there's been quite a strong shift towards air fryers in the last few weeks. And not just the traditional air fryers that but now you also get oven air fryers, and you can really feed your whole family with very little oil. And oil's become very expensive. I'm not sure if you've been tracking the prices.
But a 5 litre is almost 200 Rand in my clickers up the road. I couldn't believe it, yeah.
I remember when I used to work at Cambridge Food a couple of years ago, it was $29.99 for a 2 litre on promo, and now we're talking up to 100 Rand. So it's become very expensive. The second thing is sales on generators still soaring. We also see now, because in blocks of apartments, body corporates don't allow generators, we're also seeing a surge in residential apartment solutions like power cubes and items like that, kind of inverter solutions.
Yeah.
So that's from a product point of view. From an overall shopping point of view, you would have seen a lot of research recently showing how customers are feeling the pinch in their pockets. 83% of respondents in a recent piece of research said they will, shop around for the best deal.
Yeah.
But 30% of customers said they're only shopping now for essential items, which means that Game's essential offering, which for us is groceries, household consumables, personal care, and baby, it's very important that we offer customers great value in that space. And so we have many programs that we put into place to drive that. So we've got the More for Less program, which we do with Makro. It's a bundled deal program. So for customers that don't want to come often, and that was a behavior created by COVID, they want to come once a month, whatever, they can buy many at a much better price than they could buy one. So that's the one thing. The second thing that we've just launched about 4 weeks ago is the price lock, which is also a first for South Africa. It's a 90-day price lock. We're just starting with 90 days. All the items on that promotion will not move for 90 days. And there's some products in there which you would expect and say, well, how can you do that? So we're trying to help our customers fight inflation and get more for less. So that I think is here to stay for a little while until some of the economic conditions we're seeing start to improve.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge opportunity for Game to really regain market share in an environment where you have in the past been relentlessly focused on value, but now combining that with your online offering as well. It really is an exciting time, I think, for Game to start to reassert itself after a couple of troubling years. In terms of the supply chain, though, I mean, Game has had incredible store coverage across South Africa. Your footprint, your national footprint is really the envy of many. It's obviously a testament to your success, but it's on the other side, should have caused some challenges during the lockdown, for example. How have you adapted to some of the supply chain challenges that large footprint gives you?
So, Michael, the footprint itself hasn't really been the impediment. It's more been around the importation of goods and the lead times because of the issues at ports, the issues with getting space on shipping lines, container shortages, and then issues in our own ports. So Game also, obviously, I don't know if you know this, but Game not only had 8 stores looted last year, July, we also had our import distribution center. The whole import distribution center was torched to the ground. And so all that import stock was gone, and it took months to recover that. And so it did take time. I mean, even up until January, February this year, it was difficult on import lines. And then also some of our local electronics vendors had issues in their factories because of the looting as well, particularly those in KZN, and they weren't able to manufacture to our demand. So it's been a tough few months, but I must say from March this year to now, we are fully stocked. We've planned well ahead. We've got enough stock, even on those hard-to-get lines, such as health equipment, bicycles, laptops. Those are the lines over COVID, which really was hard to get enough stock of. Game's in a really great position. Our in-stocks are over 92% now, which is the highest it's been in the last 3 years. So if you go visit our stores, you'll see they're full. And I think customers won't be disappointed. So, yeah, it has been a challenging few from a COVID and the looting perspective. But I think things from about March this year have settled down. So, you know, we're very pleased with where we are today.
Yeah, it was actually very encouraging to see in the latest results our Game reaffirmed its commitment to South Africa despite the looting. And it really is a blight on our recent history and something that I certainly hope we never see return to South Africa. But it, again, also shows you the kind of difficult operating environment that Game has had to navigate. In terms of predictions, looking at where consumers are, looking at where retail is going, do you have any predictions on terms of customers and business trends in the retail sector and where things are heading? Is it just a relentless focus on the customer and value?
Yeah, so I think, first of all, I think bargain hunting and deal seeking is here to stay, right, for at least for the next 2-3 years. I mean, it's always there, and we are value players, so it's always been important to us. But it's definitely operating at a new level now. And as I mentioned earlier, the focus on essentials over discretionary items, I think, will sustain as well for a little while. Look, things do break, and people do need new items like washing machines or TVs, and we will be there for them, and we will offer the best value. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, although we saw e-commerce increase rapidly over the COVID period, we're seeing now that customers are doing a lot of searching online, but still wanting to go back in store. And because it's easier to shop in store, we're seeing that omni-channel behavior surface in a different way. So that's why we're launching Pickup now. We also are on Uber Eats and One Cart. We're trying to make sure that we can serve our channels and our customers through the channels where they want to be served, how they want to be served, when they want to be served. And so it's important that we have all the channels available to them and they can make the selection. But the online only play has pulled back a little bit. And I think physical space is starting to play a more important role again. Now, relative to other online players, we've already got forward deployed stock in 118 locations across the country of big items, which could take days to get to from a metropolitan center. So that's an advantage of ours. We're going to bring to our customers so we can get them goods very quickly. I mean, Pickup as well, often you can get it that day or the next day. I mean, even the recent orders I've done from Game, I'm getting, from delivery, I'm getting the next day. So it's very important that we make sure that our offer is as compelling and that we leverage our assets as an advantage, because we've seen globally. I just got back from Walmart last week, the headquarters in the US. And if you look at omni-channels playing out there, physical assets, physical stores play a material role in their performance.
I mean, it's remarkable. It was written off a couple of years ago. Everyone was saying Maulageddon, physical is dead, but it's, the old line is physical is dead, long live physical. It's showing you that consumers want to touch and feel. And personally, I've had great experiences shopping online. I've also had a few kind of hit and misses. We ordered a microwave online once, and it came and clearly had been dropped in the delivery process and the fan was making a noise, so we had to return it. These things can happen, but it also, sometimes customers just want to go in and kick the bricks of something. So you've got to be there, to your earlier point, where the customer is and where they want to meet you. But it means all of those strings in your bow have to be, strumming in harmony. And that's certainly why the website and getting that up to kind of best practice international standards was so critical. Speaking of future plans, can you reveal anything to us? Give us a sneak peek as to what Game has up its sleeve in terms of future plans.
So we've actually put a lot in motion, as has been in the press the last 2 years, from disposing of markets and poor performing stores to investing in our top performing stores. So by the end of this month, we will have renewed in some way every single store in South Africa. And by the end of December last year, we had relayed every single store within 8 months. So for those that haven't been to a Game store recently, I'll ask you to go, because it looks like a fundamentally different store. And every single store across the country is now consistent, which it wasn't before. The stores look bright. They're well stocked. We've actually gone through every single item in our assortment at least twice in the last 6 months to show it's right and it's relevant and what's missing and what shouldn't be there. So you'll see a more coherent assortment as well. And then I think the most exciting piece for me is, although we're a discounter and price and value is critical, and it is, we believe that we need to give our customers more than that. So what we're working on now, and we have been for the last year, but we're not finished yet, is saying what else can we offer our customers to make their shopping experience more pleasurable. So a few things that we've done. One is we have put installation services ready into 60 stores, and it'll be in 90 stores by the end of June. That means that you come to our store, you can get to install your plumbing, your air conditioning. We can even do a white glove service, which means to deliver and install. And if you've tried it, it's really a great offer. So installation's key. The second thing is we launched the Game Tech Squad, which is a tech advisory or support service. So far in 20 stores, rolling it out to another 20. You see similar offers in the US. And that essentially is to help customers that are not as familiar with technology. And we help them upgrade antiviruses, put more memory in their computer and that kind of service at our stores. And so we believe that's a first as well.
That's very useful for my mom.
Yeah, it's most useful for many of our parents. It's a big deal in America. She saw it in stores now. And so we're offering that. We also didn't have Pickup before. And as I said, it's already taken off without even communicating it. So you'll be able to get it quicker or on the day if it's urgent. And we've done that already in 20 stores. We're out to many more this year, towards the end of this year. And then we're also launching new financing options for our customers because we know it's tough right now. And there's some new innovation coming in that space as well, which I'm particularly excited about. So look, I mean, I think there's been a lot of hard work that's gone into transforming Game over the last 2 years. Still more to go, but it really is a fundamentally different business when you walk into the stores. And so we're excited about the progress.
I need to get into a game because the last time I was in a game was several months ago before all of these changes. I need to actually get into a game again. I do a lot of my shopping online just to look and feel. And the energy on the ground, are your staff, are the game employees buying into this? Because there was a period where it did look like morale was pretty low.
Yeah, look, we went through a Section 189 about a year ago. So that was obviously when morale was at its lowest. But we've done a lot of work around social engagement. And we also measure that. And we measure also the way that our associates show up for our customers through net promoter scores and different questions, which we ask thousands of customers every month. And it's looking really good. And so I think with all the newness and all the change and all the positive feedback we're getting from customers and the general public, I think it's also providing a lot of energy into the business. So I think right now, and also stock, when you don't have stock in the stores, that's demoralizing for our store associates. Now the store's being fully stocked and they have stock to sell. The energy is a lot more upbeat and progressive. So yeah, I think we're in a good space now to, ride this wave now of the macroeconomic conditions and not let that get us down, right? We need to get over that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually see it as a big opportunity for Game. Andrew Stein, Vice President of Game, a significant step in the transformation of your business through the turnaround strategy and obviously evidence of that investment that Walmart and Massmart are making in the store. Great pleasure chatting to you.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks so much for having me on your show.